Well, folks, after a couple-week break, Shuck and Strum is back at the Fjord Oyster Bank, and I am super excited for this one because it's going to be our first full band, rock band, playing at the Oyster Bank Motorcar, and they're on the line with me right now. I've got Kurt, Leslie, Tomás, Dave, and Mark. They are all part of the great band Motorcar. Motorcar.rocks is the website. I'll, of course, put the links of that in the show notes. So it's
Woohoo!
Thursday the 14th at 6 p.m. Dave, you made the first sound, so you're getting the first question. How are you doing? And tell us a little bit about the band and what we're going to be hearing on Thursday the 14th.
Well, Motorcar is, I'm feeling great. Thank you so much, by the way. Motorcar just happens to be, we're kind of I would say, jet engine, hard rock sound with a lot of melodies and kind of an 80s power pop band.
I love it. You guys are around all over the place. Most recently, folks might have seen them at Lake Nowatzel, but they play other places as well. And we'll tell you where else in the month of August you can see them. Dave, tell me a little bit about how the band got formed and some of the background on this.
Well, Kurt can tell you a little bit more about that, but basically, Kurt started the band and then he eventually got together with Tomás and his wife, and eventually the bass player and the drummer just came in later on, so that we just kind of rounded out the whole band.
Dave, I'm going to tell you a little secret here. I've played the drums for a long time too, and I noticed that you are away from the rest of the band, and I sure hope that's not. I sure hope that's not quite how it usually goes. Kurt, tell me the makeup of the band again and introduce everyone there on the couch.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, my lovely wife, Leslie. We've been married 33 years in September. And we used to go over to Tomás. Tomás lives next door. So for like 15 years, something like that, we go over to his house and do karaoke. And he had rock star karaoke with PA speakers. And she sang, and then Tomás said, Kurt, why isn't she ever singing in the band? And I said, no. So then we thought, yeah. And then Tomás, he used to come over to our garage and watch me play with other motor cars. There's been motor car for like 30 years. Okay, 30 years since we've been playing with different people. And then Tomás said, hey, I can maybe do it. And then he all of a sudden started adding to my songs, making them better, making them fuller, making them sound more professional, And then not long after that, we found Mark. Mark was a bass player, and we found him, and he just started progressing like you wouldn't believe. It just started where he really didn't play much. Then all of a sudden, he's like John Entwistle, and it's been an amazing, addition to the band. And then, of course, we found Dave, and Dave is like the pro of the band, and there's nothing that man can't play. Owns what, 23 kittens now?
25.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry. So it's just this is just the best band I've ever had playing my songs. It's just a real honor, and it's very humbling to play with these people.
One of the great things about the Shuck and Strum is that we have had over these last couple sessions since we started songwriters who they can hold their own when it comes to full stage performances for hours on end with great covers of wonderful songs that everybody knows. But this has been a showcase of original music. And Kurt, tell me a little bit about, so explain, I guess, the sound with some of the major bands that people would recognize your sound, but then where you get the inspiration for the songs we're going to hear.
Broken Romance.
Most are.
Yeah, with Leslie, I wrote like 2 songs, because we've been, together, but
and you get along.
Having my heart broke and sitting a lot of these songs, been sitting alone and playing my acoustic guitar, and then all of a sudden we have a song called Greenland. Used to be this sad song that I was playing, looking out a window at the Spokane River. My heart was broke, and now it's like it's a heavy song. It's a wonderful song. Leslie sings it. So it's almost all the songs were written probably 30 to 40 years ago. And then we have a couple new ones that were written like 4 and 5 years ago. And it's a definite difference. It goes from the Beatles more to like Metallica.
Very nice. Yeah.
Because my things have changed. But it's like every time I get a band, it's like the songs get better and better and better. And now it's at this level. So we'll see what happens.
Mark, tell me about what it's like playing with this group.
I answered a band mix. I just came back from a conference in Denver, and I got this message, hey, show up. I didn't even have a bass with me. I'm at the airport, and he's on the way home, said, hey, stop by. You know, I thought, well, okay, you know, but I don't have a bass. So they kind of, you know, interviewed me from a personal point of view, and then they handed me a bass. Of course, I didn't know the songs, but they ended up picking me up, I guess, just on my charming good looks.
I love it. I love it. And, you know, a lot of times, especially when it comes to the rhythm and bass of a band, it is all about the feel and the connection that the group can make. You know, if you know the notes, you can play along with the songs, but it's that sitting in the pocket with this group and making sure that you're able to, you know, go for these long sets and maybe go for long car rides and go on tours and things like that. The cool thing about this, as we were getting ready for the conversation, Tomás, you were telling me that this concert, this Shuck and Strum, is going international. Is that right?
Correct. And I have already talked to friends down in my hometown in Ecuador. They're going to be streaming audio and video from over there.
Have they ever had a chance to hear you play before?
They have seen our YouTube videos.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, so
give us a pitch in Ecuadorian on getting folks to tune in and be a part of this broadcast.
Bueno, a mis amigos, no se olviden de escucharnos en Shuck Strum en la ciudad de Hoodsport. And which date is it? August 14th?
Yeah.
Sí, el 14 de agosto.
Oh my God, I love it. And I think, you know, nobody else has said that they've gone international. One of our first performers was a submariner, and he was getting ready to ship off. And so I think he had folks on the submarine that we're going to watch, but this is a whole nother level for this. And it's super exciting. Tell me what you like. You know, sometimes it's hard if you play a lot of covers, that's great. And everybody knows that, but jumping in on some of more of these personal songs that are out there that Kurt was talking about. Tell me a little bit about the electricity, the connection that you guys made.
Oh, it's awesome. Let me start by saying that I've been following Court's band since I've been his next door neighbor.
Yeah, you're like banging on the door saying turn it down, right? Is that
the garage?
The opposite. The opposite. I'll open the window and check them out, because I used to have a band growing up as well.
Yeah.
So I was trying to see, okay, what's new, what's different. This would be like me coming from Ecuador. This would be like a real American band, American rock band. So see if I could learn some things, go to their shows, and eventually, I mean, they already had a formed band, so it's not like they needed another guitar player. Until eventually, as we said, they'll come hang out at my house and get karaoke, spend the evening, and I brought it up. Once I heard Leslie sing, how come she never sang in our band? And I think at that time the band wasn't fully connected yet. Their band, I think somebody must have left. Mm-hmm. So I said, like, I gotta come in with my guitar and just hang out. Leslie sings in your living room, and that's how it all started.
Right here.
Yeah,
right here on this couch.
On the couch.
And actually, I remember that Leslie said, let's play Summer of '69. And that's the first song that we jammed together in the living room. And from there, it's like, hey, let's get the band together. Let's find a bass player.
I love it. I love it.
We found a bass player with a great haircut.
A little shaggy.
Leslie, oh my gosh. Tell me a little bit about what it's like singing with the group and kind of what you see in the way the crowd responds to when you guys are performing from up there.
Well, is that Leslie or?
Yeah, Leslie.
That was me? Okay. Well, it's been really fun. I enjoy playing with Kurt. It gives us something to do together. and with Tomás, our friend and neighbor, and Dave and Mark, of course. It's really fun. And we've had really, really good crowd response. We just did Battle of the Bands up at Muckleshoot Casino. We came in second.
Wow, congratulations.
Out of 3 bands, just in our heat. But it was really fun. In the crowd, we got a lot of good response, and that makes us feel really good about what we're doing.
I love it. I am excited for this. Shuck and Strum is coming up the 14th, 6 o'clock at the restaurant. As always, you need to call ahead and make reservations for this because it has been booked solid. Every Thursday we have one of these performances. It's going to go on the radio and on our streams on Facebook and YouTube at 6 o'clock, right around 6 o'clock. Play for an hour and a half or so. Great original songwriting with a classic rock tilt. Motorcar.rocks. We'll put the links in the show notes here. Additionally, since I have y'all on the line, you have got some other great performances coming up the 22nd at Lake Nawatzal, the 27th in Tacoma at the Spanish Ballroom, and the 30th in Tumwater at Matchless. So you can make it great stops for the rest of the month of August. But we are happy to have you here with us coming up for Shuck and Strum. We've had a little bit of a break. We schedule these around Mariner games, and the Mariners are back to not playing Thursday nights, and so it's a perfect fit for another great Shuck and Strum, so we can get it on the radio, on our AM and FM signals, plus streamed around the world and into Ecuador as well. So we're super stoked about that. It's going to be awesome. I really appreciate the time, and I super look forward to meeting you guys in person. Dave, Mark, Tomás, Leslie, Kurt, Motorcar, August 14th. It's a Thursday night, 6 o'clock at the Fjord Oyster Bank. Anything else that you want to pass along to folks to get them to come out?
Yes. What I would like to say is...
Stay first.
Yes, thank you. If the audience screams really loud, they're going to hear you in Ecuador. So you got to make sure
That's it.
Scream really loud.
That's right. You too can be international.
I got just a quick story.
Yeah.
That I just thought of. And everybody's going, oh, no. But Dave joined the band, and it was like our second gig, and we were playing a place where, long story short, we had a confrontation on the stage with another band member of another band.
And
it blew me away because we all came together as brothers and sisters because we all defended each other. There was some real anger going on. Nobody got hit. It was close. People were holding other people's glasses. But when that happened, I fell in love with these people. This band right here. I love these guys. These guys they're an inspiration, and they play really good. And we're a family. So come out and see us.
That's awesome. Thick and thin, hell and high water. I mean, that really kind of is able to get you past any sort of issue, knowing not only that do you have your back in a potential fight, but also they have your back when it comes to, performing at a high caliber level. So that's super cool. That's a good story.
Thank you. It is. Yeah.
Motorcar, I appreciate you guys. I'll let you go here so you can enjoy the rest of your night, but we will get this out on the radio so folks can get prepared for the 14th, 6 o'clock. Again, Fjord Oyster Bank in Hoodsport. Definitely call for reservations so you do not miss this concert. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.